like always, the mission of 1 Million Cups is to lower the barrier of access to education resources.
And play our slow tunes.
Access to education resources connection for all new types of new seasoned and aspiring entrepreneurs throughout the U.S. Our key pillars are presentations, not pitches, authentic connections, not networking, radically, intentionally inclusive, run for the community by the community. Here are amazing key sponsors here at 1 Million Cups. And if you would like to be a volunteer or a sponsor, please let one of us and the other volunteers here in their 1 Million Cup shirt know that you want to be a part of making this happen every day. And we also thank Waffle House for the free coffee.
And Tom Ledbetter for donuts.
And the donuts.
And Tom Ledbetter for donuts. That's cool.
Our local program, always free, open to the public, and with free coffee, and I guess now with free donuts. Been here 10+ years, held weekly on Wednesday mornings, over 500 entrepreneurial presentations, topics on finance, future framework, networking, and local resources. Our upcoming presenters today, our presenter is the people. You see what I mean by that today. And if you are looking to present, we are looking for presenters. So, you know, again, let one of us know. Please silence your phone today. Don't be a phone. Okay, but before we start, like always, my new objective is big wins. Anybody got some big wins today? You know, usually people call them small wins. They got some big wins today. Someone got their first customer, or raised some funding, or launched something, or hired someone. Anybody with a big win?
I had a big win. I presented my first presentation with Richland County Entrepreneur and Residents last 2 weeks ago? Last Tuesday. So that was a big win for me. I'll count that because I wasn't here last week, Wednesday. So yes, that was a big win. It went very well.
Meeting people here. I mean, just get my name out and get new names.
Okay,
I did a presentation for the senior center right behind my house, just kind of as a cold call went off. I went to talk to the director, and so I gave that. So then I came home, and she took pictures of me, and I sent, there's 7 other senior centers in the Lexington Recreation Commission and Aging Commission, and so I sent emails to all of them and just guessed at their email addresses because it's just their name and the lcrac.com, and then they, at least 4 of them, I got emails back already asking me to do some presentations for their seniors.
Yeah, I attended the Senior Care Professionals of the Midlands organization and did that, their networking organization, so that was good, and I got some business cards, so I reached out to them, and hopefully I'll hear back from them shortly.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Alicia. I'm a local realtor with EXP, and just by me stepping out, going in the community, it was an event at church by my house, and I was like, it was very hot that day. I was like, I'm not going to go out. It's too hot. I said, no, I'm going out. And by me going out, speaking to people, talking to people, passing out my cards, I met a client out there, and then a first-time home buyer, and then last week we closed on a home.
Okay. Anybody else?
I accidentally stumbled into, I normally don't work with clients as far as helping them do their presentations to potential clients. And I actually stumbled into a presentation for a client and ended up with an invite to go to the Congo. The Democratic Republic of the Congo.
Okay.
And the person actually said, can you bring Derek so we can close the meeting? And I'm not going, mainly because of logistics. Currently you have to, and I'll explain, we're gonna be there for 2 weeks. But if you stay in the Congo for an extended period of time, you have to then quarantine 21 days in another country. So the big win was to be invited and wanted.
Okay.
But logistically, I just can't give up 50 days. You know, 2 weeks there and then 21 days, I just can't do that.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's a great win for me. Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay. Today, like I said, the topic is the people. I went to this event called Spark 803. Anybody kind of heard of that?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's Columbia's way of trying to bring together a tech hub. They're trying to, bring all the tech stuff together. And 1 million cups was part of the conversation. That's pretty cool. So that's, I guess, our big win, along with SCRA, the Mix, and the Boy Innovation Center. So we're in that conversation. And so today, I wanted to know, what can 1 million cups do for you? As in, like, now that we're being part of the conversations of being entrepreneurs in the space, and now that school's starting back up again, like we're 2 weeks in, I kind of wanted to know from the people, like, what can this area of space kind of do for you, if that makes sense? So, anybody want to go first? I hope I made the best question. I hope I said that correctly. Yes.
I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna set the example. I'm gonna stand up. So I'm Rhonda Marin, and I'm a consultant with the University of South Carolina, and we offer free consulting to small business owners. And one of the things I love to tell them about 1 million cups, and a lot of people have never heard of it. I'm like, you've never heard of 1 million cups? And I like praise the all the great things about 1 million cups. So how do you advertise? How can we get more people in the rooms? How can we get the message out about 1 million cups, because it's such a great thing? So
Well,
it's not for me necessarily, but how do we spread the word? Because so many of my clients have just never heard of it, and I'm one person trying to spread the message about it.
So the hard part about 1 million cups, I'll follow suit. I'm Thaddeus Jones. I'm one of the co-organizers, right? So the hard thing about 1 million cups is that we don't have money. We don't have any bank accounts or anything like that. So everything that we do marketing-wise is either done by a volunteer or someone sponsors it, right? So when we are trying to promote this, we don't have funds to promote anything. So when you see the flyers that are put up in the hallways here, or you see the social media, one of the co-organizers is actually doing that work. So what we can do, what we would like to do is, and what we've had in the past, we've had sponsors that have said, hey, we'll take care of your marketing. We'll make sure that you get in, at once upon a time, I think it was, Tom, correct me if I'm wrong, Cola Daily was a sponsor once upon a time, and we were in their electronic newsletter that went out every week. We've got OBO actually including us in some of their newsletters right now. But as you see, there's so much noise. So part of that is if you know someone that would be a great fit to come in, tell someone, which you guys are already doing. And then we're online in a couple places as well. Be active in those groups, sharing out the messaging that goes on and the conversation that goes on there. And lastly, if you do know someone that is willing and able to sponsor the message coming out, we need that more than anything, because we need presenters, and presenters will respond to being able to be seen in that way. But we also need more people to come into the room like this. I mean, we have I think this is a pretty decent crowd for post-COVID. But what we had pre-COVID was we would fill this room 3 times over. We were at the library in their auditorium before that. And I don't know that it'll take some time to get back to that, because people feel comfortable enough in their journey to come out and do it. But getting those entrepreneurs actually into this kind of room, understanding that it's not a selling space, but a place for you to grow. And that's the message that needs to go out. So if you know any of those 3 things, someone willing to sponsor, someone willing to help find presenters and bring people in, those things will be very helpful for us.
Another reason I wanted to do it this way is, like I said, being part of now the tech conversation, we part of the conversation now. And so when they bring us to the table, I want to make sure we have something, to present and say, hey, wow, you're really good. So definitely just trying to get the word of why people come, what are you looking for now within entrepreneurial space and networking spaces that you come to? What do you want to see now when you come to these networking areas, instead of just talking to people and hear somebody give a speech? Also, did y'all notice the funny thing? I had the cup to his ear with 1 million cups.
Let me back up what you're saying real quick. We are bound by certain things, and we can do a lot of the learning lessons and things, but we are still bound by Kaufman's charter and what they say we can do. So it's got to be kind of within the scope of that. So to your point, this is networking happens here, but they don't like to call it networking, right? You're building relationships is what they. I'm dead serious. This is what it's what
They don't know.
the connotation for networking is kind of greasy, as they put it, right? It's just like, here, take a business card, take a business card. It should be more about getting to know people. That's building the relationship, right? Getting to know who you are, what it is you do, why you do, and that's why the format is structured the way it is, because they want you to build relationships, and relationships last longer than just networking. If I give Sonny a card, Sonny's only going to call me if he sees value in whatever is on this card when he needs me. Any other time, Sonny's not thinking about me, right? But if we build a relationship, and I talk to Sonny about his kids, and he talks to me about mine, there's a human factor here.
Yeah.
You start to care about people, and that's what builds community. That's what builds ecosystems. That's so within what Alton is saying. Although there are certain things that we can't do. So.
And I love the question, but we also have to manage expectations. Everywhere else we come together to network is transactional. And it's by design. And it's cool, but this is a space where you can drop some of the pretense. You don't have to be perfect in your presentation. Some of our best presenters have talked about their flaws and their losses. Whereas what we normally think as business folks is, I gotta get in this room and I gotta impress everybody and I gotta show them how professional I am and how great my business is. This is the room where you go, you know what, I partnered with somebody and they stabbed me in the back so hard, it stuck out my chest.
But how do we build from that?
Yeah, how do I get over, how I recover from that? You know, if I'm gonna be totally honest, I stopped going to networking groups because nobody in there has ever failed. They've never made a mistake. They've never been close to not paying bills. This is the one room where if you get up for 6 minutes and tell your story, you can talk about that. And this room is supposed to go, you know what? Let me tell you how I got through that. Here's some suggestions on how to handle this. Do you have a lawyer? I miss Tom Pietras. Here's 3 questions. Do you have a lawyer? Do you have an accountant? Do you have an insurance person?
Mm-hmm.
And a banker.
And a banker,
yeah. So, but see, for how long, Tom, was that drilled into us when we were in other spaces?
Mm-hmm.
That's...
We need to reach out to Tom Pietras and see if he'll come and present.
Yeah. But once again, those are I think, managing the expectations. There's an emotional power to being able to come into a room and be real. We were talking about being real earlier. Not, hi, I run an ad agency and I'm the best advertising and marketing person on the planet. Now that's true, but anyway, I don't need to project that in here. You know? And what does that do for you as a business owner? I don't know about some of y'all, but some of us are suffering from fatigue, and I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. I read people. That's why my bosses paid me the money they paid me. And I see business owners on the edge who are still faking it until they can make it. And there's an emotional toll on that. There's, you know, we need some place where you can talk about the struggle and not be judged. And get the help you need. I can point to people in this room who are just magnificent. Tom, Thad, Ron, where's Ruka? Oh,
Tara, who's outside.
Tara's outside. You know, Bob, he sits back here. Bob sits back here and pretends to do the work, but man knows real estate. You know, so they're resources, but you got to get to know people. And I'm sorry I'll step off my soapbox, but I agree. Here's the funny thing. We never ask what we can do for 1 million cups. We just don't. Other than the organizers, what can you do for 1 million cups to make the community bigger?
I think the 1 million cups is not limited to 9 to 10 o'clock on Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. We have But one of the things that I've noticed that I think is a potential for us is every time we have a presenter, get their business card, go home, go into your network or your Facebook page or your whatever and said, I just saw a presentation from such and such a day and put hashtag 1 million cups in it. And it, for all of our local networks, that is the cheapest, freest marketing that they can get, especially at the front door for a new organization.
Yeah.
Is to have 30 people in here contacting 30 people each. Well, all of a sudden there's 900. All right, so it's big.
Yeah.
And we need to do a better job of taking out of here something that can be distributed everywhere else.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's good.
And going off of that, I think one of the best ways right now to reach people is social media and posting online. And one of the best things you can do is, I mean, take clips from this meeting of us talking, people like what you do here, and post those on your Instagram, your Facebook, your LinkedIn, all those platforms. You will get thousands of views, and that'll really help you out a lot.
We would love to have a new co-organizer that is willing to come in and do that, because that would be fantastic as far as, because remember, there are only a few co-organizers here, and what we're all consumed with filling the pipeline, marketing, coaching, and you know, the facilitation of this every week. So we do need more co-organizers that are willing to come in, and if that's an area of expertise, that they can pull that video. Because Bob, he provides the video, but he's not an editor, and he's got a million other things that he's going to do. He's going to post it, but it's not going to get chopped up into a million little pieces and the hot takes taken out and all that stuff and put out there. So if we have someone that is willing to do that, that would be a great help. And we, again, once upon a time, we had that when we had enough co-organizers to spread the work out amongst everybody else. That's all they did, is they just chopped up the videos, put the recap up for the week before, and maybe a little teaser for the next week, and kept it pushing. Now it's, again, all kind of rolling in on the crew that we have, and again, everybody's a volunteer, so there's not a paid position. You have to do it because you love it and want it to grow.
Kenny had his hand up.
And me being the newbie, there's so many schools in the area. I know I've worked in other places where I went out to grab instructors to say, make an assignment for your class that your marketing students, your social media students come to something like this with a project and let them present to get the exposure. A lot of us are kind of mature people, but still the youngsters still need our guidance.
We need their energy.
And there you go. That's what I'm going for.
Yes.
And we get their energy and let it be that, because what you guys do from presenting and your movie making, that's awesome. And I worked at a television station, but I hear what you guys say, and that you made me change some of my marketing for what I'm approaching now. So you're doing a great job. I just ear hustle what you guys are doing, but if we can get to students at some of these schools and universities, that'll be.
I will say USC, I don't know who to talk to with there, but when it comes to Benedict Allen, it's just a transportation problem. That's what the distance people say that.
My name is Michael Adams. I've been hearing about 1 million cups for almost a year at Bob's Ria in Lexington. I've been a business owner the whole entire time, but one of the reasons I couldn't make it is because it was at 9 o'clock. I'm going through a position of transitioning right now, and so I have the time to actually come. But I think maybe having something in the afternoon for people who might be full-time and can't make a 9 o'clock meeting, or part-time, we can do it after work. You would get a lot more people to actually come.
So unfortunately, that is one of the things it would have to be outside of the purview of 1 million cups, because that is one of the pillars of Kaufman, is that it meets everywhere at the same time, 9 to 10, all across the country. So right now, there's someone else meeting in Charleston, exactly at 9 o'clock, 9 to 10. But if we did do something in partnership, that might be a way to kind of skirt around that. It wouldn't necessarily be under the 1 Million Cups banner per se, but maybe we could promote that as a after hour, an after hours event. Afternoon event, maybe that way. That's something I like.
Yeah,
the
you're
idea.
right. You're totally right. There are some folks who just can't make it at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So we gotta figure something out. Yeah, I mean, and we could keep this meeting, and we could almost do, if we're doing this meeting, there's nothing that says we can't have an event.
No, there's nothing saying that we can't have an event. I think again, it's just figuring out how to transition that and where to, because again, then you think about who that messaging is for,
Yeah.
where it's going to be, and there's some logistics that go along with that. But I definitely think it's worth exploring.
Yeah.
Because if you have people that are working in their business every day, their doors open at 8 o'clock, they're not going to be able to make it, right? And they want to get to a place where they're not working in their business. They want to get to a place where they're working on their business so they can be free, but they're not free now. And so I think that's a great opportunity for us to look at, and maybe even talk to Vogel about and see what she says. Kim Vogel is our regional director. That's right, regional director.
Yeah.
And she kind of makes sure that we stay within the guidelines of our charter.
Can we do a Zoom with the chart, within the chart?
Yeah.
Can we
Everybody's
go-
used to being online.
Yeah, can we do Zooms?
Can we, like,
Yeah.
we did a 6 p.m. to 7 Zoom session.
I think the biggest thing is the branding. You have to get permission to use
Right.
the branding beyond the scope of what it's
Yeah.
labeled as in the charter. So again, that may not be, it may mean it may not be a 1 Million Cups event per se. That makes sense?
Yeah.
They're very strict about that branding.
Yeah.
Why don't you just do a Zoom 9 to 10 also?
Zoom 9 to 10. Well, we stream it, but then you're talking about facilitating 2 separate meetings with a host on Zoom to facilitate questions and answers and that kind of stuff. So it's actually streaming live now on Facebook. So someone who couldn't be in this room could actually watch it and participate in that way. So that's happening now. And it used to be live on YouTube as well. Is it live on YouTube?
Not on YouTube.
Not on YouTube.
It's recorded on YouTube.
Recorded on YouTube, live on Facebook. But at one point in time, it was. That's an infrastructure problem. Is why it's not live now. You need dedicated Ethernet to keep the stream going and unbroken. And what we found before when we were doing it that way is that when it's interrupted, we got more complaints about people saying, "Oh, it's cutting in and out. I can't hear the audio. This, that, and the third." And we just aren't a big enough team to facilitate that effectively. So that's why we switched back to this kind of model.
But it's a good point. I mean, it's streaming live. We just need somebody then to monitor the Facebook. So if you have a question and you post it in Facebook, it gets answered in real time.
I can do that. That's easy enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just got away from
And
it.
I did that for a university during COVID, and I mean, across the country and internationally. So that's why I was asking.
Well, we're gonna let you do it then.
I ain't committing to nothing for you two.
Wait a minute. Was that the Heisman move?
That
Yeah, there you go. That's the Heisman.
Give us a whole stiff on. But those are great. Those are great. Thank y'all very much. Those are great points, and it does not fall on deaf ears. We would love to be able to do some of those things. It's just a matter of bandwidth and team.
Anybody else?
If you did adjacent events, you could call them coffee creamers.
That's good. That's not bad.
I like that.
Keeps the
That's
coffee
kinda
motif.
Al, you got that one? Because Al's got notes.
Yes. Yeah, so that's great. What else can we do for you guys? I'm definitely open. I know we all as co-organizers, we rack our brains trying to figure out what else can we do.
I got 3 more minutes on the clock.
Keep hosting the meetings. Keep going. Don't stop.
Hey, I'm Varengia Houston. I'm a certified yoga instructor. And one of the things that would be very helpful to continue is to let people know about different incubator programs that can help people along in their business.
Mm-hmm.
I know that I attended a meeting with that. It wasn't with 1 Million Cups, but you informed me about a program I had no idea about. I applied for it, and now I will be working with Mr. Ledbetter. It's been starting, and that was because of that. So I appreciate that a lot.
A long way, but that came from 1 Million Cups, though. Because I know
Okay.
Tom, right? And we've talked about these programs a lot in 1 Million Cups. And that's what I think also Tom means about 1 Million Cups doesn't stop at 10 o'clock. When I go out into the world, I am telling people about 1 Million Cups. I am talking about the programs that we have learned about in this room. I'm pointing them to Robin. I'm pointing them to different organizations that you can go to and get free help. There are people out there that will charge you for the help that you can go and get for free. And they will smile in your face like, yes, I can help you get those government contracts. Not just pointing out government contracts, but people that will charge you to do that when you can go to Apex, who will help you understand how to do it on your own and help you with support for free. So it's a matter of just taking that information and not gatekeeping that information, sharing that information with other people from jump, and not expecting anything. And that's another core part of this whole thing. Community is that we're getting to know each other, like we said before. We're community, and I don't have any reason not to give Sonny this information, right? Because what he does with the information is his business, right? But he can't say I didn't tell him that he could go up the score and get a mentor for free.
And
So
I
it's your
think,
fault.
I think to the point, we may be on, Al, maybe we have announcements on the regular. The problem is folks don't come to us and tell us what they're doing. You know, there's no competition. I don't think this room has ever felt like we're in competition with Tech Beans or Tara's event on Thursday, on First
Networking on
Thursday.
Gervais, love it.
Yeah. So there's no competition, but if you don't tell us you're hosting an event, we can't announce your event.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons for big wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So maybe we build that into the slide deck right after big wins. These are the things, the events that are coming up for the week.
Yeah. But it's all community. And, you know, to be totally honest, these organizations tend to be bridged off. Bricked off. They don't want to share.
Add Midlands RIA in there, and Bob can tell you the dates
Yeah.
and times for that. I mean, there are access. We have real estate folks that come in that would look. You know, Bob has this meeting every month that you can attend. Right? There's lots of Tech Beans. There's lots of entrepreneurial events going on that cost you nothing to be in the room beside someone who may be excelling in real estate and you're trying to get into real estate. Maybe excelling in tech and you're trying to get into tech. Maybe in service and they figured out, you know, a linchpin in their service industry that has started bringing more business. We talked about this morning, iron sharpening iron, right? Being in close proximity to people. And that's all about community and ecosystem. And that's what really 1 Million Cups is all about. We really are leaning in on that. I think that we do a really good job of it, but we just need to get more people in the room sharing the message outside of the room.
I think we have to do, I'm going to put a suggestion out. I'll put up to the room real quick. I think we have to do more educational sessions for a while to give people a reason to come to the room. I mean, and the coaches, I see your hand, I'm sorry. I'll do this real quick. The coaches are taking a beating. Folks are applying. We reach out to them and they ghost us. They disappear. They do not respond.
There are actually like, and I'm not calling no names, but there's like 6 presenters in our pipeline right now that initially applied, and then for whatever reason, I'm not judging, but for whatever reason they don't respond to emails. We send multiple emails from different coaches because maybe you'll respond better to some of it. Everybody's always copied on the chain and just ghost town, right?
Emails must be aggressive.
We'll have to check them, because, I mean, but,
You're copied on them, you know they're not aggressive.
and, or we do coaching sessions, and then people go, well, and they never come back.
I think part of that is they want to sell. That's exactly right. I think part of it is that, again, we're in a time where everybody is looking for business, and when you are a business owner, that there's never a time you're not looking for business, right? But there's a time where you are maybe a little more desperate than others, and they are less likely to come into a place where they feel like they can't sell. The problem with that frame of thought is this. You come in here, you tell people about who you are and why you do what you do, and then what you do, and you're going to get the feedback from the room to help you be a better whatever it is that you're doing. And that building of a relationship could lead to a real relationship for long-term sales, right? Yes, ma'am.
She has something to say first.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to introduce my friend, because he got up the earliest and drove the furthest. He came from Greenville today.
Ooh.
Thank you.
So he, Lazarius, am I saying that right? Lazarius. So he's with County Bank. So I just wanted to let you guys know it's his first time with 1 million Cups.
Oh, cool. Well, thank you for coming. Came on a town hall day.
Oh yeah, I dropped my son off in Bowling Springs Elementary School. So James Hendricks Elementary, and then I drove straight here. So from 6:15 to
All the way from Greenville. So we're hoping to get him on the list to be a speaker. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
So that drive has earned you.
Yeah.
You want to say something today?
anytime, I'm always ready.
Yeah, we will definitely talk to you. Please talk to us after the meeting.
Do you work with Earl Gregorich?
Yeah. So there was a thing that Earl had today at 9, and I told him that I couldn't do it today, that I'll get back with him later on, right after this meeting on it.
Okay.
But yeah, me and Earl worked together. He sent me somebody that had a couple of defense contracts with like Lockheed Martin and Boeing. We're working through those right now to try to help them out.
All right, great.
So maybe there's an education session in the brewing here about, you know, dealing with banks and what you need to have document-wise and preparation-wise to work through certain things. So that would be excellent, because everybody loves to talk about money.
And my biggest thing is I used to work at Truist, and I sat on the board for mortgage originators to where I was one of 13. And one of my biggest things was always education, because if you don't know it, you'll never know it. And you have to ask the questions, but you have to have some type of basis to ask a question on.
Because you don't know what you don't know.
We need to get him relocated to
To Columbia.
All right.
It's a long drive.
Somebody get the blow dart.
Anybody else?
Well, I was gonna say, I actually found out you guys on Struggle through Facebook, and I was in one of the groups, and I was like, oh, okay, let me see what this is about. Because I'm a type that I'm always willing to meet somebody and learn. That's my biggest thing. Just like you say, relationships matter. Like, you know, sometimes people want the business right now. That's not what's important. What's important is the relationship that you build with people, the things you learn. That's going to help you through your career. And that's what I'm learning to do. So, and I was like, let me go check it. I'm glad I came.
It ain't overnight. Yeah, absolutely. Glad you came. It's definitely not an overnight thing, and I think one of the things I tell people, tell students, and I've done the analogy here, is like when you are building in your business, we can take the same steak. I love food analogies, and I can take that steak and salt and pepper it and stick it in the microwave, and
beat you like a baby still on the Canadian beach,
and bring it out and serve it to you. You'll have it right now. It's very quick and it's edible.
No, it ain't.
Or I can take that same steak, season it up, heat up a cast iron pan, sear it in the cast iron pan, put some aromatics in it, baste it with butter, slice it, let it rest, and give it to you. Which steak do you want? That's the approach that you have to take to your business, an intentional approach about building, in that case, flavor, but in this case, relationships. An intentional approach of building relationships will last you. Not only does it taste better, because it does. I mean, you can pick up the phone and call somebody and say, you know, hey, how's the family? How's everything going? And you're not trying to get in their wallet, right? Versus you pick up the phone, hey, you got that money? You ready for this deal? Like, people are that aggressive these days. And so building the relationships definitely matter way more for a longer career than, you know, getting it tomorrow or getting it this afternoon.
On that note, I'm just, you know, as far as several things I hear today is all about what I'm learning as far as building a business and stuff. It makes perfect sense to me. I want to adopt it and be very coachable and all that. But one of the things I'm trying to do, because I feel like my memory suffers, I feel like I'm on name overload because I've gone to bunches of meetings, I've met all these people, and it's just kind of like, whoa. So I write, you know, in addition to my contact list that I'm making of everybody that I meet and everybody that I could possibly talk to, I'm making a little notation about things, you know, what we talked about. They have kids, they're going to nursing school, they're stuff like that, so I can ask about that and you know, be more caring. Again, it's kind of an act, you know, it comes from my heart, but I can't possibly keep all that in my head, you know, and be, you know, that friend to people when they need, you know, hey, you know, Christy always calls me and says happy birthday because we just happen to have a birthday that comes on the same, you know, that clarification. Or just getting people's birthdays and sending them cards, making an automatic, that's something AI can do. You can have something send birthday cards to somebody every year.
The quickest thing is authenticity, right? So it does, like kind of what we hit on earlier, it doesn't have to be an act. It just needs to be authentic in self. I'm terrible with names. So when I first meet people, I'll be like, forgive me, because I don't remember your name. But that's just who I am as a personality, and I don't pretend to be like all into you, because I'm not. I'm a person that is, if you're gonna see it on my face, I'll be like, I don't know you. But when I'm with you, you have my undivided attention. I'm with you realistically, authentically, and I'm actively listening to the things that you're saying and hearing.
I just want to say, I read it in the book of the Rockefellers. That was the purpose of the Rolodex, to write people's name and contacts, and then under it write a message about that person.
Right, in the comment section, right, and put useful stuff in there.
I was just going to say, I think the biggest part of getting anything out of this group is just showing up consistently.
Yeah.
Because that's a problem that I've seen, you know, as being involved in the last 4 years, is sometimes we have a room of 5 and sometimes we have a room of 35.
It's been 4 years.
It's been 4 years.
Oh, Lord.
So just being consistent and showing up consistently at like those groups you're talking about, the more you're consistently going to the groups, you make relationships through those groups. And then maybe you're going to too many, so maybe just focus on maybe 3 or 4 that you really have intentions with, and developing those relationships. Then you don't have to worry about not remembering names or who they are or what they do, because showing up every time they have a meeting, you will build those relationships with them.
Real relationships.
True,
and
yeah, it's gonna
building
be
out
better.
there. Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh, Mr. Carter. Oh, no.
They don't get that
Y'all
reference.
too
They
young
don't
for
for
that.
Gen X.
Can we make a list real quick of some of the things the room would like us to do educational sessions on?
Oh, that'd be great.
So we're not doing them, we're not coming up with them. Organizers aren't coming up with them. What would you guys like to have an educational session on?
And
Financial literacy.
financial literacy.
Financial literacy.
I teach that at high school too.
We need to talk that. I can't say the project here, but.
I think we need to, I love what you were saying, I'm sorry,
Christy,
Christy.
yes.
Oh, I remember the name.
Good job.
Ooh, that's good. She was talking about authenticity or being how to be yourself. I think we need one of those, a training session on that, an educational session on that. We train people to be prim and proper, to be perfect, and that goes counter to being authentic. You know, you're not yourself, you're this image you put on. But if you're going to be authentic, we got to deprogram that. So
in that vein, then the customer service comes right behind that.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Oh, good Lord, yes,
Because-
customer service.
Because your authentic self might be nasty and rude, And I need you to understand that when you are working at Popeyes or I'm sorry, Popeyes. I don't know why you call it straight as
Burger King.
Burger King or wherever, right? that you are representing the brand, right? And there are consequences that come along, even more so for mom and pops, because, and when I say mom and pops, y'all know what I mean, right? Small, because that person has got your uniform on, representing your brand, and you may not be there, and they are destroying the work that you're out in the world doing.
And Al, next to customer service, there's this young lady named Tara that needs to teach y'all to do that educational session.
Customer service.
Yes, because your team is sharp.
They are, yeah.
Because she cracks that whip, too.
Well,
I'm just gonna throw it out and suggest.
I bet your Devo
I am
plays in the
impressed with your.
yes.
I'm impressed with her folks.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Marketing and advertising. Would you guys be interested?
Let them talk.
Nobody said it. I'm just.
I think one that I've seen in like our Greenville market is a AI shop.
People love AI.
AI shop would be good.
I think there needs to be two components to that, right? One, AI as a tool, right? And then the business of AI. Because there are certain things that you are killing your business by using AI, specifically in the creative space.
And the authenticity.
And the authenticity
Customer
aspect
service.
of that, right?
I don't need a bot to answer me.
Right. So just FYI, if you are a creative using AI to create things, you can't ever own that. Just so you know, you can't own that.
But
You do also own it once you present it to somebody.
You can't copyright it.
yeah,
Well, I'm saying, like, in a sense, like, for me, as a commercial lender, if I look at somebody's business plan and I look at their projections and it has 0, 0, 0,
Oh yeah.
those are ugly numbers.
It's a different own,
Yeah.
a different type of own, right? That you are standing by that information like it's legit, and that is definitely taking ownership of that. And it doesn't matter if there's a mistake at that point. You have to own the mistake because you used AI to create it and you didn't check it. You didn't factor in any of the other things that go along with it. So yes, definitely AI as a tool and the business aspects of that I think are great learning sessions.
business essentials. I can't get that word out. Essentials, and that would be Tom Ledbetter.
Fundamentals?
Yeah, the fundamentals.
Tom looking at you like, why you volunteering me?
Because I said it, but I'm not the one qualified to do that.
I saw the look. I see
Yeah, I
the
know,
look.
I
I
know.
didn't even see him, but I saw the look.
I was looking at Tom the whole time because think about he teaches fast track. So there are some things we come into business with no idea what we need. Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am.
I would say the breakdowns of writing a business plan, such as having a workshop. You know what? We're just going to talk about mission statements and vision statements. That's it. You know, and just really hone in. So then, because I think when we're going to do a workshop about writing a business plan, it can be overwhelming to people. And I think if you chop it up into pieces.
Thank you.
Okay.
Gosh.
Especially target audience. Dear
That's
God.
what I think too.
Yeah.
Sometimes they throw so much at you, you're like, I don't know where to start.
Well,
I love that idea.
That's
Yeah.
a
We could
micro
do that.
section.
My
Yeah.
company could do that.
Okay.
all right.
Small Business Development Center, we can do any kind of seminar, any kind of training. We just need ideas on what people need. So let's talk after.
Oh, please.
Very good.
Love it.
All right.
Love it.
Tom.
In addition to these activities, once you decide where you're gonna be, I think, networking 101,
Ooh, yeah.
kind of, networking is a skill set.
Yeah.
And it's not showing up somewhere and eating little weenies on crackers and drinking drinks. All right? The key piece of that, the word network, is work. This is work. You're spending your time going to these events. So number one, what are the events? And can we, bring an update each week, what's going on locally. There are 8 chambers of commerce within 30 miles of here.
Right.
All right? And while you might not have the money to be a member, all of their after-hours things are open. All right, so.
Does he not make
why
my
not?
point that he needs to be doing this?
So, but you look at your network, what is it, if you're gonna go, how many business cards do you take, what do? Do you have your pitch? You know, do you have your 30-second intro ready and where to go? But let's talk about how to network.
And silence is sometimes the biggest benefit.
But it's unforgivable for us as business owners to go somewhere and waste our time.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Choosing the right events is key.
Yeah.
Going to the right networking events is pivotal, right? For
Man, we could actually help make people better if we take some of these, do some of these.
Being at the 10 o'clock,
Yeah.
I'm gonna wrap it up there, but I wanna do one shameless plug. On September 1st at 6:30, two organizations reached out to me to kind of teach them basically how my family got out of homelessness. I don't know if you guys know my story. Coming here from Africa, homeless for 11 years. Now my family is like very wealthy and all of that cool stuff. And so I'm literally breaking down how we built the family structure, family business, absolutely free. I'm not selling you some insurance thing or some other program or whatnot. I'm literally breaking down how we built the family structure to get out of homelessness. So definitely something you want to come to.
You're not going to charge me $3,500 at the end to sell me something?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's at Benedict College, September 1st at 6:30. There will be people holding signs to show you where to go. Absolutely free.
Available on Zoom too.
It will be on Zoom.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody. We have this room till 12. So if you just want to sit around and talk, we're not going to rush you, push you out. But if you got to go, we understand.
We're going to try and do a little huddle with the organizers.
Yeah,
we don't have enough of them.
Because Tara just left.
Chris, of course, yeah.
Let's schedule a party for you.
I do that. Not only organizers, I want her to talk.
Yeah.
Let's just get everybody that's here so we can set a meeting for that.
Okay, then you do
Carl and Bob and
the young ladies.
Can I get, excuse me, pardon me, can I get a couple of the co-organizers in the back, please? Alton and Tom. Alton, when you Bob. One minute, up. Okay, real quick.
Yeah, we have to get
I know Alton can leave, but real quick, Ron has something real quick.
Our organization wants to all organize and get together. We're going to have a quick vote so that we can work more effectively as a unit. And on top of that, we're trying to get the regional leaders to come here and work with us. Hopefully, we'll see about schedule for the beginning of September. So while we work, among ourselves and bring her in, but we'd like her to do the same before. Dennis talks about it a lot, for him, all he can do is just sticking out. They don't have a general idea what's going on. All the rules and regulations that
so now
so I think that's a
and say, hey, I want to make this for contractors.
Yeah, I've seen you here.
Give her schedule, if you want to reach out to her, see that date. We need to kind of reevaluate our jobs and duties and things of that nature so that we can be more effective. Like Derek said earlier, we take a coaching. Probably need to roll on. I know Tara's super busy, and Jen has since said she's going to be taking a step back. So we need to roll somebody new on for marketing. Just like the young man said, we need somebody that can cut up those videos and post them on social media and maintain our social media. So we really do need a new organizer for that aspect. because then they those videos can easily make their way to Instagram. We do have an Instagram. We have an Instagram, we got a YouTube, we have an X. None of those accounts are being maintained. And so, as far as promoting those, so what we need to do is kind of, like I said, reorganize and refine what jobs are what, and then roll on somebody, at least one or two new people to take the places of the people that are falling off. And then that way, and then we also need to make sure that we are meeting more often as an organizing, figuring out at least once a month. Right, what happens now is it kind of piles up, and then we're all in the text thread going, what's going on? Right, so we need to try to schedule a consistent. Oh, I thought you were.
I just had to take that stupid fire.
Oh, cool.
Just putting out a fire.
That's how we do it. So figuring out how to do these things as we roll, if we need to roll, I would say we need to roll somebody more for social media. Because she was taking a step back. We probably need to schedule more than we need a monthly meeting as co-organizers, so we don't let this stuff pile up on us. And then kind of refine everybody's jobs, because Alton is super busy. He is MC.
Oh no,
there's other things that you were doing that he doesn't do that we have to bridge the gap. And it's not because he doesn't want to do it, it's because he just doesn't have the time to do it. And you know what it's like. You keep burning the candles that goes in. So we need somebody that is willing to stay on top of these folks that aren't returning emails. Because like you would actually call folks and be like, hey, yeah, you got your application. Coach, you got what's going on. There's a component of this that is a personal touch that we have to. Somebody has to. No.
I was going to tell you, that's how I was able to fill the pipeline, was those outstanding calls. So that's probably the only thing I'm proposing is to the group right now. When those emails come in, if you do your beautiful, here's what we want email, and then you copy it, which I see, I can follow up with the phone call. Provided they get everything phone call. Sometimes they don't. But I can also look them up sometimes. But so I am happy to do the follow-up calls. I can do 2 follow-up calls. The first one will be very friendly. Hey, we reached out to you. We're going to send you an email. Please respond. And the second call will be, hey, this is the 3rd time we reached out to you. We're going to take you off of the,
Yep,
so
and we can also do, and I'm not trying to exclude anybody, but I also don't want this back and forth. Because we spent a lot of time with a couple of people that, yeah, we're going to present, that's how we ended up with no presenters yet. Yeah, we're going to present, they've done this twice. And then, no, last minute, the week of, they're not going to present. And I think if we get those, we need to mark that so that, and flag them. Because it's totally disrespectful. We're a volunteer organization, wasting a lot of time. And nobody has that kind of, none of us have that kind of time.
Time is our transaction.
What ends up happening is we have somebody else who might have wanted that day, and then they're not available for a month out. So we can't, we're losing too.
Yeah, it's really costing us too.
Let's because they realize that somebody can see would be like 90 days schedule, right? So you just figure out how to
load the dates and the subjects for education, whatever we and then we we fill in all of that. So let's just build structure with what we can build, what we know, and then fill in behind it.
I think that's beautiful. That alleviates.
Where have you been?
That alleviates a lot of stress too, because it's like, okay, we know we have this session already queued up. So if we look at the next quarter for that, and then get in touch with the folks that said they will do it, we'll figure out exactly where we want to put those, and then we can build out the dates around that.
Build something like every 3 weeks.
We're gonna have 2 weeks presenters and then education. 2 weeks presenters and then education.
And then
But we just, we laid out, we each are subject matter experts. So there would be a subject that we would either take responsibility for presenting or finding someone. Let's get the subjects now, and then we can find the subject matter experts.
Because that way we know we're consistent, we're all showing up for us every week. I think that's what we go about. And then if you have somebody like Robin who wants to step in with her organization, that's alleviates.
If somebody says, I can't do it, that day, we can always have flexibility. Let's get the monuments on our calendar that says every third week or however many times a month we do it.
Do that.
Yeah, it goes on your conversation.
I do that. Is to get more out of if you're doing that, you gotta be
Find the type of customers you like to work with, sites you like to serve.
you get this down as soon as possible.
Is there a schedule or two in the 1 million cups toolbox?
Yes, there's, so on the website that we all have access to, there is a calendar. And I was putting the presenters in on that calendar. And then I was also, oh, those are mine, sorry, they're not Bob's. So they are Bob's. So, and then I was also on our 1 Million Cups Gmail, so everybody who didn't have access to the website, who had access to the Gmail, could see it on the calendar. So I was loading them there, so when out, if somebody would ask me, so we need to, so as you coaches too, as you guys put somebody on a schedule, maybe we can put them on that universal calendar, either on the website or on the Gmail, and let us know where you're gonna put them.
I can definitely load them up, because I think I'm probably the most proficient one inside the website. So I'll take that and load them on the calendar.
And I prefer that too, because when they go in on the website, that's what people who can see it when they look.
Right, it'll tell you exactly who's
so they
presenting
know,
that.
yes, so I would prefer it that way anyway.
That saves us a step.
Yeah, yeah, so and then, so we knew, so if Deb has stepped back, one thing we do need to have her sponsorship removed. I'm real big on the folks who are here and the folks who are here. So her sponsorship would be removed, and then we need to find somebody to step in and do the emails that she was doing. So we need to fill, and then we need, if Al's team or can't, we need to find somebody to fill in for the Facebook posts and the Instagram posts. So we need that.
That social media.
Yeah. So we've got our YouTube and our Facebook video guy and the coffee. So we've got the coffee covered.
Yeah. We also need to think about what happens when Waffle House says.
Dutch Brothers, they're new in town, so let's hit them up.
Okay, well go and talk to them.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you want to do that, because the fallback is Mike at Rosewood Drive.
I'd rather have too many coffee sponsors than not enough.
But the Starbucks
Was personal messaging.
on Rosewood, he said he can give us coffee free as long as he has a form stating that we're non-profit.
Well, coffee, it might be in the toolbox online, but
Appreciate what you do for me while I'm here.
there is, because they encourage us to find coffee sponsors because we can't pay for it.
Stuff like
I don't know where that is.
I would reach out, who's the gal on Slack?
Kim Vogel.
I would reach out to Kim Vogel and see if there is a form or something.
I'm looking at, I've already contacted her, but yeah, I just wanted to,
Okay, yeah.
We're also trying to get her to come and
Yeah,
present
that would be awesome.
end of September.
Yeah, that was great when we had Kenzie do that, gave everybody an idea of.
September 30th, last Wednesday in
Exactly.
Okay. Whereas like
And
now where we are,
because I really,
you have to be targeted.
I like Waffle House, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the extra.
Yeah, I can't do it with sugar. I'll be.
I've had my feeling.
Yeah. Cause like I've done
Down the hallway.
Right.
On the other side of the hallway, there's a little,
These were fresh a while ago.
But I know Mike. So I know.
Okay, so
I
you,
know
if Dutch Brothers doesn't work out, we know we can get
yeah, we can get
Starbucks.
And he will always have it. But you know how Mike works the ball at Starbucks.
I got it. I think it's just great to have the option.
Yeah.
And it gives Waffle House support. Because like we can say to them, hey, we're gonna give y'all a break and come back in 6 weeks or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, I just think that a season, right? Exactly.
So maybe 6 weeks might not be long enough, but they've been with us for a year. So I think the other gentleman landed them with us last summer. So now it's been a year, so tell them thank you for your year of service. We'll see you in 2028.
Yeah. Well, and so let's just make sure we have
Commit for a year.
We are all busy, but we're all here on Wednesday morning. So one thing that maybe recommend is in order to bring a sustainable edge to what we're trying to do, it's like when we put out the calendar every other Wednesday or something. We plan to be here 30 minutes after.
Yeah, okay.
And we meet, you know, this has been extraordinarily beneficial 10 minutes. For me, just catching up with what we need to do.
I'm gonna say this, anybody that's gonna do a session, I've already talked to McLeod, so his is gonna be owning the room without boring the room. Telling your story. I will name them.
You're gonna name them.
I will name them if you tell me what you're gonna do. Okay. So I'll write a headline for each one, so Al's graphics don't have a headline worthy of his graphics.
Okay.
So
all right. So that's good. And then we have the structure for our educational components. Talk to the coffee part. We know we need to onboard at least one or two more new co-organizers.
I do the person who do the email. Probably do a Facebook post, because those don't need to, because I always have to contact Al and Deb, so they knew what they were doing. So if one person can do both, that would be amazing. So we just need a techie savvy. You don't have to be techie savvy, but just somebody who knows how to send an email and post on social media.
and so it should be.
Just for design stuff, but I want to get into marketing and getting out in the
Right,
field.
you need
Like,
the calendar.
like if you were a landscape
But we also
job,
need to
like,
just
feel
make
like
it a
you're
goal
doing work, and then you be
as a
involved
team
like,
that we
this is
get
like
enough
a full like
speakers that
meeting
we
day
can
kind
fill
of
in
thing.
those slots on that.
And that's
calendar.
actually like cool to me. So I
Opposite of what Tom
it's
has.
just like
So
All of that is going to go on the website from now on. So once I get the education section, I'll go ahead and start plugging those in on the calendar. And as we fill up and get people, I'm saying let's push it in the headshot on there as well. Like it takes a picture of them and puts on the website.
They'll have to. I never put pictures on the website.
Okay.
No, we would just do their name, and you can look if you look at the website and look at old ones, you can see how I did it.
Okay. All right.
No, what I'm saying though is if we push to get 4 speakers presented before at the beginning of us building the calendar, then it gives us time to cycle more people in. But let's put a concentrated effort to get a group of speakers presented lined up, and then. You know, as we go, we can fill in. But I would, like you did, you talked about doing videos for businesses. You know, yeah. So we know we got 4.
The problem is we got to get to 4.
That's what I'm
And
talking
really, we need, if we're doing a month, we need 3. Because 1 week is an education session. So we need 3 to fill out a month.
I would shoot for 6.
So if we get 6, then we fill out 2 months.
Yeah.
And we're almost done with the quarter, right?
Yeah.
Or do it, instead of doing X number a month, do something like every third week.
It's a great.
Some months you'll have 1, some months you'll have
Most of them are going to
2.
have web designers here.
But it gives a,
smaller.
like, whatever we're gonna do for 90 days, let's do it for 90 days.
Yeah.
See if it's working.
Okay.
I just remember around that quarter, and then we got the last quarter of the year, so.
So let's implement this at the beginning of the last quarter.
The last quarter's nice because we've already got the Thanksgiving break, the Christmas break, the Year's break, so that's 3 weeks right there. Labor Day, what is it, Labor Day?
Monday, that's a
Yeah,
month.
that's a month, so we're okay, so yeah.
So that's already 3 weeks that we don't have to account for.
Yeah, I think that's, so that's the plan going into
So I
the quarter.
use
Yeah.
AI for
Finish
all that
out,
stuff.
we know that we're gonna try to get Kim
So I
going,
do,
like,
renderings.
sooner you contact her, the better, so we know if
She's there, contact him.
I do.
No, he's got her contact.
No, he already reached out.
I already reached
Oh,
out.
okay, so when she reaches back.
Take a
Yeah.
picture.
Well, I gotta call.
Good, get her on Slack.
I got a bug. Okay, yeah.
Hit her on
Right
Slack,
now, the
no
website
offense,
designer
hit her on Slack in
will want
public,
to
she'll
change.
have to
Just
respond.
don't want her to change a bunch of
Right, if
stuff.
you hit her on Slack, that's why they give you Slack, because she can't say I ain't see it, everybody else saw it.
Stuff for her to like take her photos.
Well, she's supposed to. No,
This should public shaming is.
Yes, it's proud. Good job.
Yeah.
101.
She made
Public
a
shaming.
comment about 1 million cups opened up hats for her that she didn't know that were groups around that she didn't know. Let's don't overlook the obvious. There's 13 institutions of higher education in the Columbia area. And at least half of them have some type of entrepreneurship program. And I'm not sure what, did Casey retire
She
from
is on
the
a kind of
USC?
sabbatical, which she's running.
Yes, she's running for Senate. Who has filled in for her with her students used to come, okay?
Do you have
But we got,
with this teachings that you can maybe reach out to some of those
yes, I
folks
can, and I'd be happy
That'd be a
to.
great job for you to
With
do.
the higher education, but even with higher education, the students, and they're in classes, so they might not be able to make a week at 9 o'clock. But they at least be aware of what's going on. And we could work with the, I will go at faculty members that I know are teaching the entrepreneurial, like Casey, like Dirk Brown and these other folks. But let's get Benedict together, get Alan, let's get Webb, get them all.
CIU,
I think
Columbia College.
he mentioned that the biggest thing that they have issues with transportation.
Yeah.
And I don't know how that would work out, but USC runs the common over that direction. Don't y'all have the access?
Oh, right here across the street.
Right. Say that.
All I just recommend is I use Kodak.
Y'all students don't get the right common?
No.
I thought all students had.
No.
Okay.
Well,
You know how USC behaves.
Yeah, but USC don't own the
They own the deal.
You're right.
but we should look into that. Don't pass it up.
I think that it's worth shaming the common.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Because
I've figured out
the
how I
students
can
at Columbia College
how
have to
I
have a car.
build the project.
Yeah, because they're so far out.
Yeah, they're out there. And CIU too.
Yeah, CIU. I did not know that campus was so far away from the city.
Yes, sir.
I went out there to interview, and I was like,
Mucks it up.
this is a whole nother town out here. What is going on?
I use it for like.
Okay, so I think we got our marching orders, right? I think this is very productive. If we can keep a meeting short like this and productive with just on these points that we need to have, I don't see why we can't. I mean, obviously, some mornings we're gonna be like, hey, I gotta go sell a house. I gotta go do something else. But for more times than not, this is a lot better than trying to communicate in text. And everybody's going, what? I don't understand. So
I need something from the marketing standpoint, to take two instructors, department chairs, so that they're all operating at the same level of information about 1 million cups. So I need a flyer, the why of 1 million cups, the value proposition, something.
oh, those were for score. If your team can do the graphics, no, that was for score.
There might even be in the 1 Million Cups website, they have a whole section in there for like marketing.
Yep, marketing press.
They might even already have like a flyer or something that you can just print or even digital. There is a whole section where they have like, social posts.
I don't want to go to somebody and say, hey, what's the students of kids
No.
1 million cups? I have no idea.
But the bad part is that flyer has to be approved.
Any new flyer that we make with their logo has to be approved. If we use theirs, we use
existing stuff.
So
then that might
there
be
first.
So, when you approach the schools, I know we talked about maybe undergraduate, but what about like the graduate and postgraduate? those students, because they have probably more lenient schedule, and plus, you know, they're beginning to step out into the market. So it'd be great for them to come here, like you said. You're not trying to sell anything, but we need to know how to step into the atmosphere, and that'd be a great place for them to start.
I've got an intern right now that's undergrad, and they're not teaching anything about business. And he's in media arts, and you know, he's like, this is a whole new world for him. So I think it'd be helpful.
I don't know if every college has it, university has it, but I know USC has an entrepreneurial club.
Yeah.
That's not a class. So some of those kids in there won't have a 9 o'clock. So to your point, we just need to, if you need, let me know if you need some help. I don't know. I'm persona non grata at the School of Journalism for some things I said to them.
Well, let's get the calendar loaded.
Yeah.
Get some education stuff in there. Slot down what you'd like to have, and then we'll find a subject matter expert.
Yeah.
So let's break down then the duties then, so we're very clear about who's doing what. So Al's gonna continue with the MC and the lead organizing of everything. We've got the three coaches who are gonna take on, do those first initial emails. Does that always come from you, Derek? Okay. I will follow up with the follow-up phone calls to make sure they saw the emails, and then a second follow-up phone call if they haven't followed up to make sure that they know this is their last opportunity to present. We've got Bob who runs video and he does the merch sections and stuff for us. And coffee runs.
Chef Judy too.
So Miss Chef Judy, well, yes, we'll get to her in a second. We've got Ron also back on coffee. So we've got Ron also managing coffee. So let's put Tom, because there was an actual job for somebody to reach out to the universities. That used to be Chef Judy, but she didn't have the contacts. So now Tom will be our contact. His role is to reach out to the universities and bring students into the room. And then Chef Judy's position is to do the gifts, and so she works with Bob to make sure the presenters have something. So that's Chef Judy.
Okay.
So we are in
All right, so it's there.
an email person and a social media post
As soon as
person.
I clicked it, it downloaded it. So I'm going to put the information.
Well, and another thing, let's keep our eyes open for opportunities to have 1 million cups provide some type of value to other organizations outside of Wednesday morning. Like for instance, the district governor for Rotary that I'm in right now. District runs from Hilton Head up to Myrtle Beach, back to Columbia, over to Aiken and down. So everything south of I-20. He said he's gonna have a Shark Tank at the April district conference, and you know, so hey, we're subject matter experts in business, you know, and so we could 1 million cups. I was gonna say, how many 1 million cups organizations in South Carolina? I know there's one in Charleston.
It's 2, I think.
2 in Charleston.
And they're thinking about one in Myrtle Beach, but I think it's only 2.
You know, and offer ourselves up as a service provider to some of these organizations.
I'll be in charge.
To universities that need judges, you know, for their entrepreneurial.
I've done that a couple times with Midlands Tech, and it's a great way to get our organization out there, but it's also a great way for us to stay involved with, because these kids come up from Charleston and.
But we're also representing not just ourselves, we're representing 1 million cups going on. So everybody needs to be decorating.
I'm gonna wear my hat.
Yeah, keep us posted on when those events are.
1 million cups thoughts.
We can all come, yeah.
I don't wear swag.
Keep posting online too.
All right. Meeting over.
Is that how you found us?
1 million
Online?
cups
I found you on Facebook. Yeah, my AI found you.
So Facebook is working then.
Good to see you. Glad you could make it. Glad you could make it.
I'm great.
I'm there.
All right, I'll give you into the Mike tomorrow.
I got a couple things going on.
It's good to meet you, man.
Good to meet you.
Glad you make it.
I hope you make it again. Oh,
Hey, next time I'm in town. I'm in town pretty often, so I'll make sure to stop by.
Awesome, man. Give me your name again. Carson. I almost say Cole.
I applied to speak in the presentation. I didn't know if I'm qualified for it.
Oh, did you qualify? Did you apply already?
Yeah.
Did I send you an email that yet? I'll check it today and you'll get
let me know. Yeah. Awesome, man.
I'm here.
Sarah Carson. Your name? Bob. Nice to meet you, man.
Great.
6'8".
What's your name now?
Good deal.
Yes.
You have mine.
Good deal.
Thanks,
You
Alan.
oil?
I do, yeah.
Take care.
Yeah, I'm ready to run away from the business, yeah.
Well, we just got that inside.
The Richland County database.
No, that's why Charles is your wife.
You're probably next week on follow up at MUSC.
That's really the reason why.
What's your last name?
The hero presence. I mean, just right. Just right.
GLY.
And we're celebrating our, so we now have a clear shot and celebrating our 50th wedding anniversary with her in November.
Ours is today, 26 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
26 years he's put up with this beach.
I'm 13 in July, 14.
There you go.
Your anniversary's today.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you go and have a good time.
26 in March.
Yeah, there you go, yep. Yep.
I can't tell you how much I love you, man. I love what you're doing. You just have a big heart for everything that you do. I love your social media stuff.
I like that people do. I just, yes, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm just trying to get, anyway. I've got like 10 solid fans. And I'm like, yes.
You have a fan in me. I definitely love to see you pop up on my page.
Alright, boys, I gotta go ruin some dreams.
I didn't realize
Seminar.
That's
outstanding.
Oh.
Thank you very much. I was not expecting, I wasn't expecting 3. I thought it was going to be me, my wife, and Diane, and I was going to be the anywhere so yeah, I was shocked. But so I'm hoping they get that trick.
You're a wealth
What
of
is this health
information.
food you're eating?
Yeah.
Supposed to be
Alright,
eating
boys, stay out of
donuts.
trouble.
Happy anniversary.
See,
This is
thank
what's
you.
left of them. There's 3 in there.
Don't worry. They'll be taken care of.
You gotta have a balance.
I
had a donut and I had
I just told him that I
you gotta start early.
I won't do this whenever I think about it, but I will commit when we have an education session. I'll bring donuts.
All right, have a great day. Our social media handle is too long for this thing.
Good for hand-eye coordination, but other than that, I don't know.
Right. Okay, so because it depends on what the subject matter is.
Well, everybody say that. I ain't gonna argue. Yes, but what happens is everybody builds from the same concept because most of the models at the top.
But we don't do it from the point of getting up there and saying,
K through services. Yeah, stacking them here.
and I disagree with you because I'm old and gray and all.
And there, you got to learn something different every time.
Here's the
Right, it's a barrier.
The only reason I say that is because I originally got my mom trying to move to real estate in the game. Have you been networking at all? Acquiring real estate, getting it, and eventually getting free from whatever we have to do because we had enough money coming in. That's just one example. Playing a game.
Oh, no, okay. But see, the video is
Yeah, it's speed network.
No,
real old school. And like we took the little
I'm the cop.
I mean, those cards, either go in the trash or in a pile. Absolutely.
Right out of your pocket.
I put them on my bathroom counter and then I use my wife to pull them all, put them all in a pile. And then they go into a box, and then they go, in my office, and then, mix it with 30 boxes in there, and then, a couple decades from now, or the next decade when I die, it's gonna be like, Ron's, neighbor over there, the house, just rooms full of boxes, yeah, I mean, I found cars that I used to collect business cards,
You're not learning. You remember the old fashioned
like the 90s.
What was in the blank screen?
Just sit.
You don't even know if they're
How you get brain
a lot of times
I
that's
don't remember who
what
they were, I remember where I got them from, I don't remember. Yeah, like you said, they're probably not in business anymore. Yep. You think of the success rate of the company, and then you think of, I know there's tons of restaurants, cars from restaurants, advertising restaurants. I used to steal menus.
Quiet messages.
I would compile their alcohol drinks, I would just buy